Section 1. Chemical reactions can produce new substances that have different chemical properties. Example. Sodium is a metal and chlorine is a poisonous gas, but when they chemically react, table salt is formed, which has different chemical properties than the beginning reactants. Section 1. Identify 4 signs that show chemical reactions might be taking place. Section 1. Some signs that show chemical reactions might be taking place. Gas formation, solid formation, energy change, and Section 1. Explain what happens to chemical bonds during a chemical reaction.
During chemical reaction, bonds break and atoms in the bonds rearrange.
Section 2. Interpret and write simple chemical formulas. Section 2. Water. For example, water changes the chemical formula for water is H2O. The chemical formula for oxygen is just O2. The chemical formula for glucose is C6H12O6. And the chemical formula for magnesium chloride is MgCl2. Write and balance simple chemical equations. Charge of a chemical equation must always equal 0 for it to work. For example, C plus O2 equals CO2. Law of conservation of mass. Products and reactants must weigh the same. For example, C plus O2, those are the reactants. They have to weigh the same as the finished product, CO2. Describe 4 types of chemical reactions. Example, synthesis reactions, which is in a reaction in which 2 or more substances combine to form one new compound. Decomposition reactions, in which a reaction is when a single compound breaks down to form 2 or more simpler substances. A single displacement reaction is when a reaction in which one element or radical takes the place of another element or radical in a compound. And double displacement reaction, in which a gas, a solid, precipitate, or a molecule compound forms from the exchange of ions between 2 compounds. Classifying a chemical equation as one of 4 types of chemical reactions. Example, 2Na plus Cl2 equals 2NaCl is a synthesis reaction because you are adding one to the other. You're adding one to the other without taking any away. Exothermic and endothermic reactions. Exothermic reactions are where the reaction excels energy, and endothermic reactions is when it needs energy to react. Explain activation energy. Activation energy is when two reactants need a certain amount of energy to bond. That's the activation energy, the energy that they get to bond. And describe 5 factors that affect the rate of reaction. 5 factors that affect the rate of reaction are temperature, concentration, surface area, inhibitors, and catalysts.